Test, 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 test.
Check, check.
your head. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Kent State Hockey. Tonight, your Golden Flashes will start a two-game homestand this weekend against Ohio State Buckeyes. This will be the first game tonight. We're going to get the players introduced. We're going to get the national anthem going. And after a brief intermission, we will be back and bring you the action. So stay tuned with us, folks. We will be back soon. Welcome back, folks. Thank you for staying with us through that brief intermission. My name is Alex Rivera, and I am honored to be bringing you the action tonight. Starting lines getting ready to take the ice. Refs skating into the center dot. Puck drop is moments away. Flash is looking to get a good start early tonight. Looking to start fast and looking to get on the board first. First meeting between Ohio State in club history. So we will be interested to see how this one plays out tonight. Players skating up to center ice now. And we are getting ready to get this one started, folks. Good crowd tonight here at the Kent State Ice Arena. Always a pleasure to have the fans coming out supporting both sides. And hopefully get us a jam-packed game tonight. Players banging the sticks against the boards. Anticipation building. And that puck is down and won back early by your Flashes. Flashes take a tumble in the zone, but controlled by Gear. Plays it back to his man, but early turnover. The Buckeyes looking to set up in Kent's zone. Puck bouncing behind the net. Quickly cleaned up by the Kent State defense. They're going to begin their attack going the other way. Dumped in nicely. Gear skating quickly to this one. And he's got reinforcements with him. Gillespie there with him, looking to win this puck. Battling here. Puck is still loose. Picked up nicely by the Buckeyes, and they're going to move the other way. Chipped all the way ahead to Lamphere, and Lamphere skates, and he's got a man. Backhanded shot. Good defensive play there by the Flashes, and they're going to move through the neutral zone with some speed. Here they come. Here comes Simpson. His shot rattles wide. That puck clears the zone, and Kent State will have to pick this puck up in the neutral zone, and they do. Firing it behind the net of Petruk. Big hit there in the Ohio State zone. Flashes there. Deflected in front of the net. Puck is loose. Good chance there early by the Flashes. Just hit the side of Petruk's crease there. But the Buckeyes do clear, and the Flashes will clear the zone. Skating in now is Outley. Shot there out front. Puck is loose. Back to the top of the point. Nice block there by the Ohio State defense. And coming the other way is Basor. Basor tries to make a move. Good stick work there by the Flashes. The puck is still loose in the Flashes zone. Picked up by Basor again. His shot is deflected. Puck is still loose down low behind the net of Nitre. Battling the corner boards. Chipped out nicely by the Flashes. And this puck is going to sail the length of the ice. We are going to get an early stoppage here with 18:11 to play in the first period. Pretty good pace to start this one tonight. Both teams coming out with some energy, some early chances for both sides. Interested to see who strikes first. Looks like this faceoff is going to come to the left dot of Nitre. That puck is down. One back by the Buckeyes. Quick shot there by Gia. That shot rattles wide around the net all the way along the boards. Puck loose in the corner. Flashes working to get that puck out of the zone. But it's chipped back in deep by the Buckeyes. Puck is loose, centered out in front. Still loose. Buckeyes battling to keep this one in the zone, and they do. And they're going to play this one out of the zone. And the Buckeyes are going to have to regroup their attack. And the Flashes going for a quick line change. The Buckeyes looking to capitalize on this opportunity. Skating in a shot. Good save there by Nitre. Flashes looking to clear. Takes a deflection off of their own teammate. But they do pick this one up. And it looks like Haney's coming into the zone with speed. Nifty move there by Haney. He's looking down low. Puck is loose out front. And they score! What a shot there. Gavin Fryer cleaning up the rebound on Haney's initial shot. And your Flashes are on the board, making your score 1-0 with 17:23 left to play in the first period. Great attack there by the Flashes. Keep chasing that puck. Keep battling, sending shots at the net. And Fryer cleaning that one up, putting your Flashes on the board early. Puck back to center ice now. One back by the Buckeyes as they look to see if they have an answer for the Flashes. But the Flashes looking to maintain the pace. Skated in here with some speed and another shot. Good save there by Petruka. Skated in by the Buckeyes. Tries to chip it in down low, but the Flashes defense stout early on in this one. They pick this puck up looking for a stick, but that puck is going to sail the length of the ice, and we are going to get another early icing call, and this puck is going to head back to the Flashes zone. Face off once again to the left of Nitre, and that puck is down one back to the Kent State Golden Flashes. Skating around behind his own net, and they're looking to move the other way. And they do. With speed now. Here come your Flashes. Shot takes a deflection off of the skate of a Buckeye player, and the Buckeyes cleaning this one up now. Trying to move ahead is Tosi, and he's going to find his man Lamphere, and Lamphere skates this one in for the Buckeyes. Nifty move to beat his defender. He tries to center a pass back out in front, but nobody is home, and the Flashes will take opportunity of that and start moving the other way. Nifty move there to get around his defender is Emmerling. Emmerling plays the top of the point. Shot from the top of the point, blocked out front before it ever sees the net of Petruk. The Buckeyes are moving the other way, but the Flashes staying tough in the neutral zone, right back into Ohio State's zone. Picked up behind the net. Here comes Berezov. Bearsaw's got his pocket picked. The Buckeyes looking to move the other way. Tosi with speed, but he meets a Kent State defender, but he stays with that one. Takes a big hit into the boards. Good job by the Kent State defense playing physical here early. Buckeyes still threatening, however. Flashes can't clear the zone. Puck is loose behind the net. Still battling for the puck. Buckeyes look like they gain possession here quickly. Going to play it to the top of the point. It looks like O'Hara is going to rifle that one to behind the net, but picked up nicely by the Flashes and moving the other way. But neutral zone, and it is deflected. The Buckeyes win this one, and they're going to just dump it in deep. The Flashes once again are there. Good outlet pass there, and here comes Haney with some speed and a quick shot. Just wide of the net there. Picked up by the Buckeyes. They're looking to move it in, but the Flashes pick this one up, and they're moving the other way quickly. 2-on-2 chance here, 3-on-2. Good pass there down low. Just off the stick of Simpson there. The Flashes are still pressuring. Gillespie picks this one up. He's on the dot. He's got reinforcements. Good work there by the Ohio State defense, Lewis there to pick that one up. He's going to just chip it in deep for the Buckeyes. Flashes, good defensive work here early. Not really letting the Buckeyes get set up in their own zone as the Flashes moving the other way once again. Simpson, they're still battling for this puck, putting on the pressure, and he's got reinforcements. Outley's there with him, and they are battling for this puck. Buckeyes got a good outlet pass, and they are moving out of the zone. Played across in the neutral zone to Lewis. He's going to try to get this one in. But Kent State meets him right at the blue line. But the Buckeyes do get that chip in down low. The Flashes regroup behind their own net. They're going to march up the other way. It's like lost control there in the neutral zone. The Buckeyes going to slow this one down. Barrett for the Buckeyes slowing this one down, and he's going to find Gia. He's going to play this one in deep behind the net of Nitre. The Flashes are there. The Flashes with some speed looking to move through the neutral zone. Puck is dumped in deep to the Ohio State zone. Play down low. Nice dump pass there. Centered out in front. Just off of the stick of Fryer. He was looking for another one. And the Buckeyes clear. Flashes will pick this one up in the neutral zone. Look to regroup. Some fresh legs on the ice for both teams coming on now. Fryer chasing this one in deep in the corner. He's got Haney there with him, and they're battling for this puck. There's a scrum now in the corner boards. Puck is still loose. Squeaks out just off the stick of Fryer. The Buckeyes will capitalize and move the other way. Picked up nicely in the neutral zone by the Buckeyes. And it looks like we are going to get an early penalty call. Let's see what the whistle is on this one. Or, excuse me, not a penalty, rather. It looks like we have an injury. Did not see. Ohio State player was down behind the play. He's going to skate off under his own power and hope he is all right. Face off just outside the Buckeye zone. One back by the Flashes, and they're looking to move in. But it looks like we are going to get an offsides call, so this puck is coming right back outside the zone, and we'll do it again. One back nicely, once again by the Flashes. Good work there by Kent State as they look to get going. Battle for the puck in the neutral zone. Puck is still loose just outside the Buckeye zone. And the Buckeyes do pick this one up. Dumped in deep there by O'Hara. Buckeyes looking to set up shop. Haven't really got a good setup attack thus far in this one. Looking to set up shop in the Flashes zone. The Flashes, great work defensive here early. Big hit there along the benches. The Buckeyes are going to maintain possession of this one. Kent State applying the pressure, and they're going to pick this one at the top of the Ohio State zone. Dumped in deep shot, goes just high of the Buckeyes goaltender. Emmerling here takes a tumble in the corner boards. Puck is still loose along the benches. Emmerling picked this one up. He's centering. Nobody is home for the Flashes. Skating through the zone is O'Hara, and he's just going to dump deep so he can get some fresh legs on the ice for the Buckeyes. And Kent State will take advantage of this to look and move the other way. Can't get a clean entry pass, and Emmerich picks that one up for Ohio State. The Flashes battling in the neutral zone, trying to get it going the other way. That puck just kind of rattling around. Slowed down by Emmerich. He's going to play it back to his man, and they're going to slow this one down. Klingman looking for a man, and he's going to find Tosi. Tosi, big hit out and open ice. Good defensive work by the Flashes. They're going to move the other way. Off the skate of Outley. Outley skating in with some speed. Controlled by the Buckeyes for now, but the Flashes are still buzzing in the zone. Buckeyes going to slow this one down behind their own net and look to regroup. Trying to find his man, Emmerich. Chipped ahead to Emmerich in the neutral zone. Lamphere skating in with some speed for Ohio State, and they score. What a shot there by Sam Lamphere. Just lets a wrister go from the top of the circle, and he beats Nitre. And that is going to tie our game up, folks, making the score 1-1 with 10:58 left in the first period. Ohio State up to this point hadn't really got up any set attacks in the Kent State zone. And Lamphere just let that wrister go, and he beats Nitre. Great shot there by Lamphere to tie this one up. Puck is back down at center ice, and the Buckeyes looking for more as they are quickly into the Kent State zone once again. Played back in down low. Puck is still loose, and the Flashes are going to gain possession of this one. Gillespie going to pick this one up. The Flashes looking to move the other way. Good stick there by Tosi, but the Flashes still maintaining possession. Nifty move there. And a shot down low. Puck is loose out in front. Takes a deflection. Nice save there by Petruk. And the Buckeyes moving the other way quickly. Just past the stick there of Giuliano. He would have had a good breakaway chance. But the Buckeyes are going to try to win this one in the Kent zone. But Kent State is there. They're going to slow this one down. Ohio State tough at the blue line, not letting the Flashes get out of their zone. Now they take a little retreat, and Kent State's going to back off. And they're going to look to move the other way. Nifty move there by Geyer. Geyer's going to skate in 1-on-3 by himself, waiting for some reinforcements. Winning this puck by himself. Great job by Geyer here to set the Flashes up. Skated in down low. Here comes Donahue. Donahue swings it around behind the net. Donahue battling for this one, and the reinforcements are here. Finds the stick of Donahue. He's going to center. A nice stick there by Lewis, or else the Flashes had a great chance, and Lewis is coming the other way with some speed. Here come the Buckeyes. That puck just outside the blue line. Buckeyes taking this one back to the neutral zone. Flashes are there to meet him, but Albers back for the Buckeyes. They're going to slow this one down. He's got his man Barrett with him, but the Flashes still pressuring. Big hit there in the Ohio State zone. The Flashes still keeping this one in. Flashes not giving up on this puck just yet. Donahue chips it back to his man. He was looking for Croson, but Croson just off his stick, and Lewis for the Buckeyes skating the other way. Another big hit out in open ice. Two nice big hits there for both teams. Through the neutral zone. Nifty pass there. Oh, just offsides for Haney. This puck's going to come just outside the Ohio State zone. We're going to get a stoppage and play with 8:46 left to play here in this first period. Good pace to this one early. Intensity picking up, some big hits coming as this game rolls on. Score all evened up. Each team looking to break this one open. One back by the Buckeyes and skated in with some speed is Brown. He's going to just dump this one deep. The Flashes are the first one back to that puck behind the net of Nitre. And they are out of their zone. Nifty move there by Haney. He's just going to play this one in deep. He takes a shot along the far boards, but his teammates are there to pick him up. Zanola's there, and the Flashes are in the zone. Finds a stick of Haney once again. Buckeyes just looking to clear, but the Flashes pestering now. Picked up nicely there by Fryer. He's going to play it to the back of the top of the point. Down low, out in front to Haney. Just wide of the net there. Great chance for Haney. Flash is doing a great job putting the pressure on. And they are still in the zone. Another shot, rifle down low. Wide of the net there. Finds a stick of Fryer. He's going to try to center one down low. His shot never makes it to the net. And another shot blocked out in front. Nice work there by the Ohio State defense. Kent State doing a good job with the pressure there. But they're going to clear this one the length of the ice for an icing. Both teams going to get some fresh legs on the ice. And this one will come back down to the Ohio State zone. Looks like small stoppage here. Ref's just making sure Petruk's net's all right. It looks to be all right. This faceoff's going to come to the right of Petruk, but the Buckeyes win this one back. They're going to swing it along the boards. Ohio State player takes a tumble. Kent State still in zone. Nice poke check there by, looks like that is number 12, Emmerling. Centered out in front, but the Buckeyes are there. They're going to look to move the other way. Flashes pick this one up in the neutral zone. As the Buckeyes go for a change, the Flashes also going to go for a change, but they're going to try to capitalize on the Buckeyes' change, try to take advantage of this offensive zone opportunity. Battle for behind the net of Petruk. Puck is still loose. Looking to move this puck, Emmerling's there. And that puck looks like it takes a deflection out of play, so we will get another stoppage. Looks like this one is going to stay in the Ohio State zone with 7:03 left to play in the first. Now this time we're going to do it to the left of Petruk. Flashes looking to capitalize on this offensive zone chance, and they do win this one. Flashes looking to set up, rifle a shot to the side of Petruk. That one never sees the net. Dumped in behind the net of Petruk for Gillespie. Rifles a shot from the top of the point. And Petruk just going to glove this one up, and we're going to stop it again. We'll get another face-off in the Ohio State zone. Looks like same spot as last time, going to be to the left of Petruk once again. Puck is won once again by the Flashes. Another glove save by Petruk. Flashing the leather here early. We're going to another very quick stoppage after that one. Same spot once again, folks, to the left of Petruk. We're going to do it again. Flash doing a good job sustaining the pressure here, and they win this one back once again. Shot from the top of the point, and they score. Looks like it takes a deflection off the stick of Gillespie, and Gillespie puts that one in the back of the net. Beautiful work out in front of the goaltender there by Gillespie, making your score 2-1 Flashes with 6:41 left to play in this first period. Good answer there by the Flashes. They've been putting the pressure on the Buckeyes and Petruk all night. That was a good job to add that one to their tally. So we got a little bit of a scoreboard mishap. Gonna try to fix that really quick before we get this one back and moving. And there it is. We are back showing the right score, although we do wish it was 5-1 Flashes, but maybe we'll see that. Only the rest of the game will tell. Puck is down at center. One back by the Flashes. And we are back underway. Dumped in by Kent State. First one back for the Buckeyes is Emmerich. He's going to look for his man. But the Flashes are there. Once again, Simpson battling for this one. He takes a collision in the corner boards. And this puck is tied up in the corner boards of the Buckeye zone. Flashes looking to chip this one out. Gillespie's there with him. Simpson's battling. Flashes win that one. Great job by the Flashes to win that one. Chip down low, looking for the stick of Simpson. He plays it back in up top. They're going to rifle this one behind the net. And the first one there is Geyer. He's going to play to Gillespie. Another big collision in the far corner boards, but Gillespie picks this one up for Kent State. Gillespie surveying for an option. He's going to play it to the top of the point. His man, a slap shot, takes the skate of his own teammate Geyer. He takes him down with that powerful slap shot. The Buckeyes are going to capitalize, moving the other way. Stout in the defensive zone there. Great, great job by Nikolov to hold it for the Flashes. And after that little battle in the neutral zone, Buckeyes are looking to move into Kent zone with some speed. Kent trying to clear this one quickly, not let them get set up. Puck is loose out in front of the net, finds the stick of a Kent State player, and they are marching the other way. Far shot there on Petruk, and he's just going to cover this one up for the stoppage with pressure coming with 5:20 left to play in this first period. Face off to the left of Petruk, which I feel like has been the story of the night so far. Kent State wins this one, playing it in down low. One back by the Buckeyes, however, and Lewis is going to look to move this one out of the zone, but he cannot. Another shot on Petruk, and he's going to cover this one up. Once again, we'll get another quick stoppage. And it looks like this time we're going to the right of Petruk. Switching it up a little bit. Puck is down One back cleanly by the Flashes, and a quick shot takes a deflection off the skate of a Flash out in front. Trying to center that puck down low again. Sticked away there by Ohio State. The Flashes still with possession of this one. Buckeyes skating with some speed to get out of their zone, and they do clear. They're looking for the home run pass, but the Flashes will beat them back down the length of the ice, and this one's coming right back to the Buckeye zone for an icing. Good job by Kent State winning these faceoffs early. They're really forcing the issue on the Buckeyes and really applying the pressure. It's a good recipe for success early in this one. Hopefully they can keep that pace up for the rest of the game. One back cleanly again by the Flashes. Chipped in down low. Donahue with the puck on his stick. Donahue going to look to play it back down low for his man, and he does. Donahue looking for some reinforcements. The Flashes are there. Back to the stick of Donahue. He rifles a shot. Puck is loose down low. Another save by Patruk. That puck's going to kick out. Flashes looking to keep this one into the zone. Nice work at the top of the blue line to keep that one in. Dumped in deep behind the net there. A big hit there by McDermott. That puck finds the stick of an Ohio State defender. He's going to play it up to his man, Lewis. Lewis is going to play it all the way the length of the ice. Nifty move there by the Buckeyes, and a shot. Backhanded, beautiful save there by Nitre. One-on-one chance there for Basor, and Nitre shuts the door. Beautiful save there by Nitre. Keeping the Flashes in this one. Good look there for the Buckeyes. Basor going to just play this one in deep once again. Looks like a couple new players coming on for Ohio State as the Flashes look to control this one in their own zone. A coordinated attack up the ice. Three Buckeye players and a bunch of bodies in the far corner boards, pushing and shoving. There's players on the ice, and we are pushing and shoving, folks. We had 3 Buckeyes hit one Kent State player, and then from there, the scrum just grows. Ref's going to look to break this one up here early. We'll see what comes of this one, if any penalties at all. It looks like we already got one Flash in the box. That's going to be Michael Haney III. He's going to look like he already knew where he was going. We'll see if any Buckeyes, which I would assume, end up in the box on this one. Looks like we do have one Ohio State player skating over to the bench. And it looks like that is going to be number 9, Blake Sauberzweig. He is going to sit for 2 minutes out of that scrum. And it looks like we're going to get some 4-on-4 action. With 3:32 left to play, should be a good pace to finish out this period. Looks like refs clean that one up quickly, make quick work of that scrum. And this puck's looks like it's going to be moving back to the Kent State zone. Coming to the right of Nathan Nitre's net. Kent State going to look to get possession of this puck and move the other way for the Buckeyes. Looking to sustain an offensive attack with some 4-on-4. Look for a little bit of possession. That puck is down and won back cleanly by the Golden Flashes. And they're going to coordinate their attack, marching through the neutral zone with speed. And they are in the Ohio State zone. Another big hit along the far boards. This game has definitely picked up a physical tempo. That is evident from this puck drop. As this period goes on, more and more physicality. Love to see it from the Flashes and the Buckeyes, keeping that intensity up. Buckeyes going to slow this one down behind their own net. And the leader of this attack for Ohio State is going to be number 2, Emmerich. And Emmerich doing it himself, skating all the way behind the net of Nitre. And he's looking for some reinforcements, but none will come before Kent State shuts the door on that rush. And Kent State really going to slow this one down behind the net and get their men in position to where they want them. Dancing behind the net of the Flashes, and here they come. With some speed in the neutral zone. He's going to pump the brakes there is Timmons. Timmons still with the puck on his stick. Flash is getting some fresh legs on the ice. And it's going to find the stick of Garnett. Garnett with the puck behind his own net, and he's going to find his man at the top of the blue line through the neutral zone. 3-on-2 chance here. Nifty move to beat his defender. Simpson behind the net. He's going to look for reinforcements, and they are there to the top of the point. Cross ice to Garnett. He's man of this attack. Puck is loose down low, and they score. Good work there. It looks like that goal is going to go to, looks like Garnett's going to get that one. Number 19, Garnett. Thought it took a deflection out in front, but they are saying that Garnett put that one in the back of the net. So we're going to give it to number 19, Quentin Garnett. Good shot by him by the top of the point. Buried that one in the back of the net, making your score 3-1 with 2:07 left to play in this first period. We still got 36 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey before both teams are back to full strength. Good job of the Flashes keeping the pressure here early, really forcing the issue on the Buckeyes, and they're doing a fabulous job of that. I think big difference right now, it feels like the Flashes are dominating the faceoffs. I feel like each faceoff's getting one back by Kent State, and that seems to be the big difference here in this one. A lot of possession time as they're threatening once again. Puck is centered, but won nicely by the Buckeyes, and skating with some speed is Lamphere. Lamphere's got a man with him. That's Tosi. 2-on-2 chance here. Tosi, Lamphere behind the net for Ohio State. Puck is loose down low as Kent State gets back. The shot never makes it to the net of Nitre. Simpson looking to clear this one for the Buckeyes, but Tosi is there. That puck is going to find the stick of the Golden Flashes. And the shot there gloved by Petruk. He's just going to hold this one. We'll get a face-off in the Ohio State zone with 1:26 left to play. Looks like both of those players are out of the box now, so we'll be back to even strength for the rest of this period. Back to the left of Petruk. See if the Flashes can capitalize on this offensive zone chance once again. One back by the Buckeyes this time. Good work by Ohio State to win that one. Played around the board to Lewis. Lewis going to chip it out of his own zone, looking for his man in the neutral zone. But Lewis staying with this puck, and he is marching through the neutral zone by himself, but he had a teammate offside. So this puck coming right back outside the zone, and we will do it again. Just outside the Kent State zone with 1:16 left to play. Flashes looking to finish this period strong. They win this face-off back. Looking to get out of their own zone, but they can't. Tosi is there. Lewis with the puck on his stick. Lewis trying to take a backhanded shot. Good work there by the Flashes to break up that chance. They're going to move the other way. Nice pass there. Just too far for Zanella. Haney back out on the ice with him. Haney battling for this one. A big hit in the Ohio State zone. Fryer takes a huge collision down there. Nice work by the Buckeyes to stop the Kent State chance, and Lewis going to stay in to the Flashes zone with speed, but Lewis gets shut down by the Flashes. Great job by both teams here, bringing the physicality. Another big hit there. Looks like Emmerich is going to take control of this one by himself. He's going to rifle a shot. Nice save there by Nitre. Emmerich going to try to center this one once again, but it finds the stick of Kent State's Simpson, and Simpson's going to play it ahead to Gillespie. Gillespie going to try to get a shot down low, but it's going to take the skate of O'Hara for the Buckeyes, and he's going to move that one through the neutral zone. And it looks like we're going to get a penalty here on the Golden Flashes. And Ohio State going to look to capitalize. And they chip it in down low. Puck is still loose. It looks like it's covered up by Nitre. Good look there for the Buckeyes. But Nitre moving across his crease quickly to stop that one. It looks like Buckeyes are going to get a power play here with 6.1 seconds left to play in this first period. So not much in the rest of this period, but they will start off that next period with a nice power play. And it looks like Zadorov is going to the box for the Flashes. He's going to spend 2 minutes in there. Flash is going to have to kill off their first penalty of the game, and the Buckeyes with a good chance to get back on the board in this one. With 6 seconds left, we'll see what comes of this one quickly. Face off to the right of Nitre. Puck is down, tied up off the draw. Buckeyes just looking to keep it in the zone, and they do. Blocked out in front, never makes it to the net of Nitre. Good defensive block there by Croson to shut that one down for the Flashes, and that is going to take us to the intermission with the score, Kent State Golden Flashes 3, Ohio State Buckeyes 1. After a brief intermission, we will be right back. Stay with us, folks, for some exciting second period action. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alex Rivera, and I'm joined by a special guest from our commentating crew for the remainder of this game. I got Fisher Brashear joining me for the rest of this game. And Fisher, what did you think about that first period of play?
I thought it was very good by the Flashers. I thought their forechecking and face-off specifically were the main highlights of it, just because it seemed like they were dominant in the neutral zone. So I thought they did a great job, and obviously scoring the 3 goals too was really, really good for them.
Yeah, I got to agree with you there, Fisher. I think that the big difference for me that I noticed was it seemed like the Flashers were winning a lot of these faceoffs and definitely just rifling shots on the Ohio State net. And when you do that, that's a good recipe for success.
Yeah. I really thought they did a fantastic job doing it, laying the hits as well, just getting physical with it. Obviously, if you didn't see on social media, there was that clip of the boards, the far boards getting shattered a couple games ago. So still laying on that physicality, which I think is fantastic.
Good thing they got the boards fixed, because if not, they might have broke this game.
Yeah.
So it's good that they got those fixed up for this one. Players making their way back onto the ice as this intermission winds down. We're getting ready to kickstart this second period. Flashes looking to maintain the intensity. For the Buckeyes, looking to generate some more offensive opportunities. Felt like the Buckeyes were struggling to really kind of set up shop in the Golden Flash zone. So I think that's definitely something that they're going to be looking to do in the second period.
Yeah, I thought the Buckeyes had some great moments there, but really, like I said, couldn't get through that neutral zone. And Kent State's defense as well, lots of poke checks, successful poke checks, and all that. I thought they did a fantastic job.
Another thing to highlight, folks, from the end of that first period, Flash is going to start on the penalty kill. Buckeyes will be on the power play to start this one. Got a good chunk of it. Only 6 seconds of that power play was used up in that end of that first period. So really almost a full power play here for the Buckeyes. And being down 2 goals in this one, this is a great chance for them to get back in this game. For the Flashes, just looking to kill this one off and keep surviving. Players making their way to center ice here now. Buzzer goes off, and you know what that means, folks. Ref blows his whistle. Looks like the other ref blows his whistle. It looks like
the penalty's not on the scoreboard. I think that's what they're talking about here. There we go.
There it is. Magical. And it's back. Minute 54 on the power play for the Buckeyes, and that puck is down. Kent State, good job playing it back into the Ohio State zone early. The Buckeyes going to man this attack. Flash is bringing the pressure. But
I like it.
Drew Beatty, the first one there for the Buckeyes. They're going to look to move through the neutral zone. Slowed down here by Albers. Albers just going to chip it back to his man. He's going to find Lewis. Lewis plays it behind his own net. Back to the stick of Beatty. The Flash is looking to move through the neutral zone, knifing through the neutral zone with speed. Excuse me, the Buckeyes rather. First man in is Beatty behind the net. Beatty's going to look for a man. The Flash is there. Nobody home for the Buckeyes. Good clear there by Kent State. The Buckeyes will regroup. Albers back behind his own net once again. He's going to play it over to his man, Lewis, tape to tape. Lewis is going to man this attack for Ohio State. He's going to look for reinforcements, and they are there. Top of the point is Albers. He's going to swing it around behind the net. Finds its way back to the stick of Lewis at the top of the point. He's going to rifle a pass across the top of the point here. Back to Lewis, tape to tape. Once again, back to his man. Shot down low, off the pad of Nitre. Good save there by Nitre through traffic. The Buckeyes are threatening now. Lewis, he's going to play it over his man, Beatty. His shot never makes it to the net of Nitre, and the flashes are clearing. Good job by Kent State surviving that attack.
That was a great save there. Lots of bodies in front of the net, so just crucial to make that save. So,
with 20 seconds left on this power play for Ohio State, Kent State just got to put the finishing touches on this penalty kill as they are pressuring the Buckeyes in their own zone. The Flash is going to bring the pressure. I believe that's Fryer behind the net. And with short-handed, the Flashes are going to set up shop in the zone of the Buckeyes. Great
especially
work
right when the penalty is over. You already get that zone time.
Absolutely. And that penalty is over. The Flashes killed that one off. Great penalty kill there by Golden Flashes. Ohio State just trying to gain possession of this one in their own zone. It looks like they finally slowed this one down. And now they're going to march the other way. Kent State threatening.
This was what I was talking about with the Kent State forecheck and neutral zone control. Ohio State just can't seem to get out of their own zone.
Yeah, Ohio State's still struggling with this puck, and Kent State's going to pick this one up behind the net. They gain possession. Play behind the net's Outley. He's going to rifle a shot down low. Gloved up by Patruk, and we'll get a stoppage and play with 17:33 left to play in this second period. Looks like this face-off to the left of Patruk, and that puck is down. Tied up off the draw, but one back by the Flashes. Deflected out in front, sticked away there by Patruk. Flashes looking to threaten on this chance. But Tosi there for the Buckeyes. He's going to look to get out of his zone. This puck finds a stick of Lamphere, and he's just going to swing it far around the boards. Nice stick there by the Flashes to keep that one in. The Buckeyes do pick up possession at the blue line, and they're going to look to move the other way. 1-on-3 chance come the Buckeyes. Looking for some help is Tosi. He finds a man out front. Beautiful save, Nitre. Was a clean look there for number 21 on the Buckeyes, Nico Juliano. And Nitre shuts the door on him with a beautiful body save. We'll get another stoppage in play.
It's a great save by Nitre. Coming out and protecting his crease, making it harder for the angle for the shot.
Good look there for the Buckeyes. And they're going to look to set up in the Kent State zone as they get an offensive zone face-off here. And they won it back. Lewis gets this puck. Shot down low, and they score from the top of the point. What a shot. Number 6, Finnegan Albers, just lasered a shot from the top of the blue line. And it beats Nitre through some traffic, making the score 3-2. Flash is still on top, but the Buckeyes aren't done with 16:59 left to play in the second period.
It's a tough save to make, bodies in front of the net, and just a great point shot, perfectly placed right off the post and in. So just a tough one for the Flashes, but get back to it, get on that forecheck, get back to what worked in that first period.
Absolutely, and as you just said, Fisher, I think they really got to get back to that up-tempo, just rifling shots in on the Buckeyes. I think that got them a lot of success, so looking for them to get back to that pace that they started off this game with. Puck is down through the neutral zone. The Flashes look to get in Ohio State zone. The Buckeyes pick this one up in neutral zone and look moving the other way quickly. Good poke check there by the Kent State defense as they're looking to move their way into the offensive zone. Kent State rifled this one to the top of the point and a wrist shot. Puck is loose down low. Another save by Patruk. Kent State still with possession. Centered out front, and they score. What a shot there. Number 28, Riley Croson, centered out in front of that net, and that puck finds his stick, and he does not miss it, folks. Great answer there by the Flashes.
Wide open in the slot. Great shot there. Great pass as well, and Croson top shelf.
Absolutely. Can't draw it up much better than that. And just a few seconds after the Buckeyes look to be punching back, Kent State's got to answer for him. So with 16:27 left to play in the second period, the score is now 4-2, Golden Flashes. And as you said, Fisher, can't get more open than Croson just was on that play. One back by the Buckeyes off this neutral zone draw. But Kent State quickly gains possession of this one. Haney's going to chip it ahead to Fryer, and Fryer's got speed. He skates in. Good stick work there by the Buckeyes. O'Hara to shut him down. Here come the Buckeyes. 2-on-3 chance, sticked away by the Kent State defense. Centered out in front, here's a shot, and they score! What a shot there. Centered out in front, similar play to what just happened for the Flashes. Number 16, Jackson O'Hara, finds himself all alone out in front, and he doesn't miss as well. And Ohio State with another answer to the Flashes' goal, making the score 4-3 with 16:02 left to play in the second period.
Not much to say there. You said it best. Just kind of the same thing that just happened with the Buckeyes, just wide open in the slot. And when you get those sort of chances, you should score them.
Tough save to make there for Nitre, as was Petruk's on the Kent State goal. Open chance in the slot like that, that's a tough one to stop. Off the draw, Kent State's going to dump this one in deep, and they've got more work to do. Try to center it out in front, but Lamphere is there, and he's going to slow this one behind his net, but Kent State is pressuring Christian Gear with this puck on his stick. He's going to play it up top to Outley. Outley going to chip a shot down low, looking for the deflection just off the pad of Petruk. Good look there for the Flashes. Puck is loose in the corner. One back by the Flashes nicely. Puck is swung in behind the net of Petruk, but Ohio State chips this one out of their zone, and now they're going to move the other way. Just too far for their man. It was going to be a 3-on-2 for the Buckeyes, but that pass a little errant from Ohio State, and the Flashes will take that chance. They're just going to chip it in down the ice. Looking for possession in the neutral zone is Gillespie, and he does. He's going to find his man Simpson. Simpson with a nifty move to get around his man, but Ohio State is not fooled on that one. Emmerich with a good poke check there on Simpson. Puck is loose out in front of the net, shot down low. And it looks like we're going to get a stoppage in play, and let's see what this whistle is for. Let's see. Not too sure what they called on that whistle.
Maybe just the puck was lost in the play. That's
yeah, I believe the puck got lost in the play there because I didn't see much else on that one. Weird play there, but we'll get a stoppage. But Kent State going to maintain possession in their own zone, or in the Buckeye zone, excuse me. Emmerich for the Buckeyes wins this one. The Flashes looking to keep this one at the blue line, and they cannot. Nice poke check there by Ohio State. First man back for the Flashes is Nikelov, and he's going to skate this one through the neutral zone by himself. Nikelov all the way around the net, looking for some options here. He's going to look back up top to the top of the point. Just going to get played in deep by Emmerling. Big hit behind the Ohio State boards. Kent State player going down. Another big hit into the corner boards. That physicality definitely picking up where it left off. But it looks like we are going to get a stoppage in play. It looks like we do got a penalty. And I believe an Ohio State player is going to go to the box. Look like a cross check from up here. Let's see who's going to the box. For Ohio State, that's going to be number 28, Sam Lamphere. He's going to spend 2 minutes in the box. And just what the doctor ordered for Kent State, a power play here with 14:08 left in this second period. And doesn't come at a better time for the Flashes.
I think this is a great chance for them to get that another insurance goal and really put a stamp on this power play. As just the goal for power plays is you just want to keep it in the zone, get consistent offensive zone time. And you'd like to see them get multiple shots on this power play, so that's what the hope for.
Going off of that, Fisher as well. Seemed like when we were at even strength, the Flashes in that first period were doing a great job of getting those consistent shots that you look for on the power play. So with the man advantage, you can only imagine that might be just a little easier for the Flashes if they can kind of regain that first period tempo.
A lot of their first period zone time, it almost felt like a power play with the way they were passing the puck back from the point into the slot to the circle. So you'd hope to see it even better than it was at even strength.
Absolutely. Looking for the Flashes to just rifle some shots. Refs talking to the scorekeepers about something. Got two refs over there discussing something. We'll see what that discussion is. Got a little bit of an extra long pause in the action.
I guess I didn't see much in that penalty. If they are talking about a 5-minute major for something like boarding, I didn't see much there for it. So I think it's more of just confirming stuff rather than.
It looks like they have done with their meeting. All right, actually, look, excuse me, they're going to skate over to the Ohio State bench. I'm sorry. And they're going to explain their case to the Buckeyes, and Buckeyes coach doesn't look overly thrilled with that call, but the refs call at the end of the day. I know the Golden Flashes won't complain about that one. To me, it did look like a penalty, either a cross-check or a boarding call. Kent State player went down hard in that corner boards in the Ohio State zone. Definitely looked like a penalty from our angle.
Yeah, but nothing more than 2 minutes. I'm a little confused of what's going on here, but if anything, it gets more time for Kent State to draw up a possible face-off play.
Absolutely, and you can see on the ice right now, it actually looks like the Flashes are huddled up a little bit. Looks like talking to either a Buckeyes player.
I believe it's the ref.
Oh, it is the
I
ref.
think, yeah. So I don't know. Once
like-
again, I mean,
Looks like the ref's doing some explaining to the players as the other refs do the explaining to the coaches.
yeah.
Kind of get this all ironed out before we start back up.
It seems like the Ohio State Buckeyes player who is in the box right now is going to stay in the box, though. So
Now the Flashes skate away from the ref, and they're going to talk up some strategy. As Ohio State looks to just fend this one off. Down 1 goal. Can't afford to let Kent State put another one on the board.
yes.
But you know Kent State knows that, and they're looking to pounce on this opportunity.
But then again, you look at the flip side. Kent State has scored in this game, and then pretty much immediately Ohio State gets that quick response. So there's a phrase in mostly soccer where it's you're most vulnerable right after you score. I feel like this can be said about this game. So
Definitely, with how the actions unfolded, you can definitely apply that to this game. Looks like the refs are just about done, and they are skating back towards the players. And I think we're going to go back to the action.
finally,
So with 14:08, Flash is going to get a 2-minute power play. And they are in the Ohio State zone, and they are looking to capitalize. Puck is down, one back by the Buckeyes, swung behind their net, and just shot down the zone. Looking for a tape-to-tape pass. It's a race for the puck now. Nitre looking to cover this one up, but it takes a deflection off his stick, and he's going to slow it down for the Flashes. The Flashes are going to look to move the other way. Gillespie with this puck. He's going to chip it back over to his man. And it looks like we're going to get another stoppage in play. I believe that was an offsides call on that one. So this puck's just going to squeak out of the Ohio State zone, and the Flashes look to get back in there quickly.
the first thing about a good power play is being able to get set up in the offensive zone. So once you see that from Kent, then it's time where you can really get going on it. So
Absolutely tied up off the draw, but Kent State cleans this one up. Simpson, first man to the puck for the Flashes, but dumped ahead. Short-handed, the Buckeyes putting on the pressure now. Skating for that puck, and they're going to back off a little bit. And Kent State just going to slow this one down. Simpson's going to find the puck on his stick off a pass from Timmons, and Simpson's going to save in with some speed. Simpson down low, looking for a man in the left dot here. And that puck's going to get swung behind the net. Flash is looking for possession, and they get it. Gillespie with this puck. He's going to look for Timmons. Timmons going to look for a shot. Gets deflected. Gillespie finds the puck on his stick. Off the post, it sounded like. Patruk saved by the post there. Outley at the top of the point, looking for his man down low. He's going to rifle a shot. Gillespie with another shot. Puck is still loose. Squeaks out to the far corner. But Kent State, this is what we're talking about, Fisher, setting up shop now. They are looking to pounce on this opportunity. Timmons loading one up. Nice pad save there by Patruk. Puck loose in the back of the net. It's going to find the stick of Timmons for the Golden Flashes. Timmons going to look to play it in down low, but nobody there. Battling now in that corner board as reinforcements arrive. We got 2 Flashes, 1 Buckeye player. That's going to squeak out to Outley. Deflected out in front. Another good body save there by Patruk. Kent State still keeping this puck in the zone. Just keep firing those shots. That's what worked for them in the first period, and they're looking to maintain that authority. But the Buckeyes picked this one up behind the net. Kept it nicely there by Outley. The Flashes aren't done. Outley's going to swing one over. He's going to pass one over. Good body block there by the Ohio State defense. And it looks like this penalty is over, and the Buckeyes kill it off. Out of the box, this puck's going to get sent to length all the way on the goal of Nitre. Nitre just going to cover this one up. Doesn't want to take any chance with Lanphier of Ohio State fresh out of the box. So we'll cover this one up with 11:57 left to play as this puck's going to stay in the Golden Flash zone.
I thought that power play was very good. Like I said, once they got into the zone, the forecheck from the Golden Flashes really just kept them in the zone. And even when the puck was in the corner, you just felt like Kent State's going to win the puck and get back to scoring chances. And I liked all the shots they took as well on the power play.
Tosi wins this one for the Buckeyes. He's going to rifle a shot to the side of the net of Nitre. The Buckeyes looking to set up shop of their own. Just off the reach of Tosi. Donahue going to chip this one ahead. And now racing for this puck is McDermott. McDermott by himself, waiting for reinforcements. He's going to pump the brakes on this one. He's going to skate in. He's going to dump this one off. Centered out in front. Puck is loose. Finds the stick of McDermott once again. McDermott looking to find a man. Battled for along the boards. Puck is centered out in front, kept in at the top of the blue line. Just chipped it in down low. Is Nikilov looking for that one, but Ohio State going to clear their zone. It's going to make its way back into the Kent State zone, but Garnett is there for the Flashes. He's going to look for a man. His pass finds the stick of a Buckeye, unfortunately, in the neutral zone, and the Buckeye's just going to chip it in deep once again. And Nikolov going to look for his man, but that pass is broken up. Ohio State bringing the pressure, not letting Kent State comfortably reset their attack. And Zanala, he's going to play this one up, and Fryer's racing in with some speed. Fryer tries to play a pass to the center, but Lamphier's there to pick it up for the Buckeyes. And quickly through the neutral zone, 2-on-1 for the Buckeyes, and a backhanded chance. Nice save there, point blank by Nitre. And Haney's going to dump this one up, and he's going to find Zanola. And Zanola just going to play this one in deep as Kent State gets some fresh legs on the ice. Zanola looking to just hold this one as the reinforcements arrive. Finds the stick of Michael Haney. He's going to play it along the boards. Back to the top of the point, he finds Van Sickle. And Van Sickle going to play it in deep back for Haney. Haney going to play it to the top of the dot. But Ohio State's defense is stout. Looks like a 3-on-2 forming for the Buckeyes. Looking for a move. Beautiful stick there by Van Sickle to slow down that Ohio State rush. And Van Sickle clears this puck out, and Ohio State will have to try to battle for this puck in the neutral zone. But Van Sickle still battling for this puck with Lewis, doing a great job. Centered out in front. Good stick work there by Garnett to break that one up. And here come the Flashes the other way. Haney, first one to that one. Just too far for him. Big hit along the boards there. And Ohio State going to slow this one down and hold this puck. Barnett back there for the Flashes. He's going to find the stick of Lewis. But Kent State with a nice turnover there in the Ohio State zone. They can smell blood in the water. Kent State looking to put another one in the back of the net. Kent State to the center of the ice, to the dot, and a shot. Rebound out, loose out and low. Patruk, rebound is still loose. Patruk looking for the puck. There's a battle, scrum for the puck, and a slap shot. What a save by Patruk through all that traffic. Kent State unloaded a slap shot, and Patruk somehow gets his pad on that one. Good chance there for the Flashes, and honestly, a lot of credit to Patruk on that one. Just an excellent defensive sequence for the goaltender.
Fantastic, multiple saves there from Patruk. The last one on the slap shot, I think, was incredible to really stretch out the pad and get to that, because it was a labeled shot into the bottom corner and a fabulous save there.
Yeah, that shot had some power behind it, and for him to find that one, that is a crucial save at this point in the game to keep the Buckeyes in this game.
But once again, and you're seeing it right now, the Kent State forecheck, absolutely ruthless right now. And another key thing about it, discipline on the forecheck as well. You haven't seen Kent State taking many penalties so far, especially in those offensive zones when you're hitting along the boards, pressuring defensemen. So it's really working.
Nice stick save there. Nikolov rifles a wrister onto Petruka. He has been solid in this second period. Buckeyes looking for a chance, but the Flashes defense quickly there. Garnett going to slow this one down, and he's going to look for a man. Garnett with the puck on his stick still. He's going to play it in through the neutral zone. He's going to find Christian Gear. Christian Gear rifles a shot off the glove of Petruka. Puck battled for in the corner board. It's going to find its way onto the stick of Garnett once again. He's going to rifle a shot deflected right into the body of Petruka, and he's going to cover this one up for a stoppage in play with 7:46 left to play in this second period. And as you were saying, Fisher, the Flash is doing a great job. It seems like they're just not letting the Buckeyes get comfortable. They are doing a good job of just constantly pressuring in the offensive zone, in the neutral zone, in the defensive zone. At all points of the ice, the Golden Flashes are just pressuring, and they're not letting Ohio State get set up. They're not letting them get comfortable. As they try to set up for their attack up the ice, Kent State won't even let them get out of their zone, and that's just a huge credit to the Golden Flashes tonight.
It's one of the essentials of a game for me. Forechecking is something that really builds every part of your team, from the goaltending to the forwards, because the furthest away you can keep it from the goaltender is in your own offensive zone, and it's crucial to forecheck, and it's shown with the 4 goals, even the 4th goal right there, wide open in front, and that comes from just great forechecking. So
Kent State still threatening here with a good chance out down low in front, but the Buckeyes survive once again. This puck is going to find the stick of Matthew Brown for Ohio State, but quickly Van Sickle, just under his stick goes the puck, and this one's going to go the length of the ice, and Kent State will have to fully regroup back behind their own net. First man back is Van Sickle, but Ohio State is looking to threaten. This puck is going to get slowed down nicely. And the Flashes are through the neutral zone. Darting into the offensive zone are the Flashes. It looks like that puck's going to take a deflection out of play, so we will get another whistle with 6:52 left to play in this second period with your score still 4-3 in favor of Kent State. Looks like some fresh legs on the ice for both teams, and this face-off's going to get set up to the left of the Ohio State goaltender, Rylan Patruk. Kent State looking to keep that pressure on. Ohio State looking to get it going the other way. One back by the Flashes. Little too much on that one for Garnett. Timmons, excuse me. Timmons going to rifle that one into the neutral zone. And it's going to find the stick of Drew Beatty for the Buckeyes. They're looking to get out of their own zone. Trying to clear, but Kent State pressuring. Swung around to Tosi for the Buckeyes, but Kent State is right there at the blue line to match him. Shot goes wide of Patruk on that one. And Beatty, man on this puck again with Tosi, but Kent State still knocking at the door. McDermott with this puck. Shot on the net of Patruk, but he makes another pad save. Timmons going to keep this one at the top of the blue line. Centered out across. Beautiful stick work there by the Buckeyes. And there's a race for this puck. Nice hustle play there. Nitro going to cover this one up. Good effort there by Nico Juliano. So he has a nice poke check there, looking to keep the pressure going in Kent State's direction. But Nitre just going to cover that one up as both teams get a line change. And this faceoff will come to the left of Nathan Nitre. Puck is down, one back by the Buckeyes. Good stick work there by Garnett. And he's going to get this Kent State attack going the other way, just past his stick as he was looking for that tape-to-tape pass. Haney's there with him battling. Fryer's there as well, pressuring behind the Ohio State net. Kicked up off the boards, and the Buckeyes will get this out of their zone. Kent State will have to quickly regroup in the neutral zone. They're going to come right back into the Buckeye zone. Nikolov going to lead the attack here for the Flashes. Nice move there behind the net to hold possession there for the Buckeyes. Nikolov keeping this one at the blue line. And here comes Lewis racing this puck. He's in a race with Garnett. Garnett beats him on that one. Nice work by Garnett to get back to that puck for the Kent State Golden Flashes. He's going to swing it around looking for Haney. Nikolov there with him as well. Chipped ahead by Fryer. Fryer racing for the puck, but Klingman going to beat him back. This puck's going to get sent the length of the ice, and Nikolov back there to touch it up for the Flashes. So with 4:59 left to play in the second period, that's an icing call going back to the Ohio State zone, setting up another good chance for the Flashes. Looks like we're going to get this face off to the right of Patruk, and it feels like we've been spending a lot of time in the Ohio State zone. Kent State doing a great job, as like we've said, sound like a broken record, just keeping the pressure on. They've done a good job of dominating that offensive zone time.
The only thing you'd want more from the Flashes is to get that fifth goal, of course. And there's been chances, obviously, that fantastic save by Patruk. But other than that, there's, like you said, there's not much the Flashes can really do better in this second period so far.
Really impressed with the Flashes, and I think they're playing a very clean game, all around a solid game. In the neutral zone, Lamphere with this puck, and he's going to chip it in. But that finds a stick of Strutt for the Flashes, and he's going to play it in low. And Strutt's going to take it himself, finds the puck back on his stick. He's behind the net. He's going to look for a man. Tape to tape, back on the stick to Strutt. Strutt's got reinforced with him. Puck was centered, but the Buckeyes are there to clean it up. And Lewis going to move the other way for the Buckeyes. He's just going to dump it in deep as the Buckeyes get some fresh legs on the ice. Trying to look for a centering pass are the Buckeyes, but the Flashes are there. Ruggles with that one. First man to the puck for the Flashes. He's going to chip it into the neutral zone. But the Buckeyes are there, and they're going to play it in deep once again. Nitre out behind his crease to slow this one down for Van Sickle. And Van Sickle does slow it down. Buckeyes looking to keep this one in their own zone, but off the skate of number 17 for the Buckeyes, Colin Barnett. He's going to deflect that puck into the benches, and we'll get another stoppage in play as this second period winds down. We got 3:43 left to play. This face-off now just outside the Kent State zone. Buckeyes looking to generate some offensive opportunities as the second period winds down. The Flashes win this one. Tied up in the neutral zone is Gear. He's got Outley with him, but the Buckeyes come out on top. Centering pass there, but Timmons is there to slow that one down. And Simpson with some speed now. He's racing into the Ohio State zone with a quick shot, tough angle shot there. Finds the glove of Patruk, and he's just going to hold that one for another quick stoppage as this puck's going to stay in Ohio State zone.
I am completely okay with that shot by Simpson. Any shot on goal for me, I'm always a positive. Get pucks on net. You never know what could happen. And especially even if you get a hold, the goalie holds the puck, it's an offensive zone faceoff. And Kent State, like you've mentioned, has been near perfect on the faceoff circle. So.
Absolutely. One back by the Flashes, chipped in, backhanded, but nothing comes of that one. Gear the first one to that puck for Kent State. Ohio State looking to clear their zone, but they cannot. Flashes keeping the pressure on, and Simpson once again finds the puck on his stick. Send it out in front for Gear. He gets a shot off. Patruka looking for this puck. Puck is loose down low. Still loose. Backhanded. Patruk with another great save through traffic. Patruk excellent through traffic tonight. These are some very difficult saves to make, and he has been pretty dang good on all those traffic saves.
Since Kent State's fourth goal, he has probably been a perfect goaltender. Multiple big saves, keeping this score close.
Timmons now with the puck on his skate. He skates in, flashing the leather there is Patruk. He's going to just hold that one for another stoppage in play. And going back to your point before that last little break in the action, Kent State taking these shots and having Patruk holding the puck is, like you said, the face-off has been great for Kent State, so they're just playing to their strengths. And I
if
think
anything, if you get a rebound as well,
yeah.
Kent State with their forecheck is bound to have someone at least close to the rebound.
Absolutely. We've seen it on a couple of Kent State's goal tonight, just like that first one and their third one. Right off the rebound, they just have a man waiting out front, and they're there to clean it up.
Yeah.
One by Croson. He's going to play this one. Swing it behind the net of Patruk. Kent State really dominating zone time on this possession. Ohio State looking to just get something moving the other way. Nikolov keeps it at the blue line. Nice work there by Nikolov. He's going to take a shot. Never sees Patruka. Nikolov finds a puck back on the stick. He's going to take a backhand shot, and they score! Nifty move there by Angel Nikolov with a nice backhand that beats Patruka through some traffic. And there's that fifth goal that Kent State was looking for. With 2:16 left to play, your Golden Flashes are up 5-3 on the Buckeyes.
And just what I say, Nikolov putting the puck through traffic, getting his own rebound, taking it to the backhand, and backhanding it once again through traffic. Tough save to make already through traffic. Backhanders are always hard to read for goalies as well. So just a fantastic work there.
Great hustle play by Nikolov there. He had that first shot blocked, and he just stuck with that puck, and he grinded for that goal. So great effort by him. The puck finds his stick, and he's going to rifle that one in to start this next possession for the Flashes. This puck squeaks its way all the way. And guess who's got the puck? Nikolov once again looking to move out of the zone for the Flashes, and he does. Nikolov, a one-man wrecking crew. He is going from defense to offense. He's got the puck on his stick, looking for a man out front. Nice diving block there by Emmerich to break up that chance. Nikolov is skating with some speed here.
I thought he was about to go all the way there and find the man out in front. It's a shame that pass got blocked, but just more fantastic play from Nikolov.
Nikolov really buzzing in these last couple minutes. Definitely very noticeable. Puck's going to find its way back into the offensive zone, and Emmerich is there. He's going to play it up ahead. The Buckeyes look to move the other way. Lewis going to chip it back to his man through the neutral zone. That's going to find the stick of Brady Basor. Basor looking to make a move. Kent State with a good check there to shut him down. And Haney, nice poke check to get out of his zone. He's got help with him. And that puck's going to take a deflection into the benches. And with 1:12 left to play, we will get a stoppage in the neutral zone for another face-off. Both teams getting a line change here as well. I think for the Buckeyes, feel like they might be a little disappointed in this period for them, but have to think in this third period they're going to want to come down and really start generating some more offensive opportunities. Like we've been saying, Fisher, I feel like Kent State's really controlled the puck this period. So for Ohio State, definitely want to see more pucks moving the other way.
It's not a complete loss of a period, though. They did get the 2 goals. If they don't get those 2 goals, it's 5-1, kind of like we saw in the scoreboard in the first period. And so the 2 goals, it's still a 2-goal game, so you can't get too comfortable with Kent and just kind of play just that possession puck and all that. You still have to go and get more goals because no matter what, I'm not going to feel comfortable with a lead. That's just how I am in sports. But 2-goal lead with this, you still can't get complacent at all.
Absolutely. No goal is safe in hockey. We've seen it time and time again through the years. Nice move there by the Buckeyes, getting in deep into the Kent State zone, and they're going to look to set up shop as this period winds down. 27 seconds left to play, and the Buckeyes looking to use the rest of this period to generate a chance for them. It looks like this puck is going to get slowed down by the Flashes. They're going to get out of this, looking to get out of their zone, but Buckeyes keeping this one in. 13 seconds left to play as this clock winds down. Behind the net are the Buckeyes, centered out in front. Nothing there. Simpson going to battle for this one along the boards, and he's going to find his man. He takes a check. Gillespie rifled in on Nitre. Puck is still loose, and this period is going to wind down as Van Sickle gains possession there at the very end. But after 2, folks, Kent State Golden Flashes 5, Buckeyes with 3. After a brief intermission, we'll be back for this third period. Flashes with a great period there. For the Buckeyes, going to look to come out in that third period and get back in this one. For the Flashes, just trying to maintain possession. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as from Kent State Ice Arena, as we get ready to bring you the final period of what has been a great game so far. Currently the score 5-3 in favor of the Kent State Golden Flashes. And so far, as we talked about in the last period, Kent State doing a good job of dominating possession time, and for the Buckeyes, I think they just want to start moving it the other way and start getting some more offensive opportunities. What's the key to success for the Flashes to just finish this game out, Fisher?
Keep doing what you're doing, honestly. I like the forward check, more discipline in your zone. I will say the one thing I think they could improve on a little bit is the center zone passing. So just because it's been a little like iffy there, some passes just have gone the length of the ice, stuff like that. But I was talking to someone in intermission. I'm like, just go to dump and chase if you can't figure out the middle zone passing, where just dump and chase, and your forecheck has been that good where you can afford to do that. So I think that's your key there.
Yeah, like you said, I think for the Flashes, it's a matter of just keep doing what you're doing. Like you said, I think that's in the simplest terms, I think that is the best key to success for them. And for the Buckeyes, feels like they spent a lot of time in their defensive zone there in that second period. As you said at the end of that last period, it is only 5-3. They are not out of this game. This is not a blowout by any means. Very easily can get right back in this game. And to make that a point for the Flashes, can't get too comfortable in this third period. I know they're probably feeling good after that second period of play, feeling confident in their play, but you can never, ever, ever let your guard down and settle in. Flashes have to take care of business for this last 20 minutes and put the icing on this cake.
Yeah. I think for the Buckeyes, I think it's crucial for them to really control the puck. I've talked about how good the defense from the Flashes has been in the neutral zone. If they can break through that and get zone time like the Golden Flashes have done, I think that's their key to success. Keep putting pucks on net, getting shots on net. But once again, I mean, Niltre has also been fantastic. I know we talked a lot about Petrok in the second period with his fantastic saves. I think both goalies have been very good today, and I think you look at the score 5-3, and I think despite those goals, both have been very solid. Obviously, we saw Petruk make 2, maybe even 3 fantastic saves at the end of that period. So just continue putting pucks on net for both teams, honestly.
Right, and as a compliment to those goalies, as you were saying, scoreboard doesn't tell the full story with the goaltender play. A lot of those shots through traffic, a lot of open opportunities for both teams on both of these goals. So both goaltenders playing great, keeping their respective teams in this game. But the players are starting to bang their sticks against the boards. That puck is down, and this third period is underway. Started off one back by the Buckeyes over to Emmerich. He's going to look for his man Klingman, who's going to look to dump it in, and he does. Centered out in front. Nobody home for the Buckeyes. Played back up top to Emmerich. He's going to rifle a shot down looking for deflection, but goes wide of the net of Nitre. The flash is clear. And the Buckeyes, big hit into the benches there. Simpson laying the boom into the benches. And it looks like we are going to get a stoppage in play. Looks like we may have an injured Buckeye on the ice. Never want to see that. So they'll go ahead and we'll stop play and take a second, make sure he is all right. getting tended to by the trainer. Good to see Klingman get up under his own power and skate off of the benches. Wishing the best for him. Hope everything is all right with him, of course. So after that brief intermission, we will get back to play, and they will set this face-off at center ice. Definitely never want to see players go down, so always a good sign to see them get up under their own power.
100%. It's a scary moment there because from our angle, you couldn't really tell what happened. It was a hit along the boards, and, you know, hit along the boards are always dangerous. And I know we were talking about a little bit just the physicality of hockey. You never want to see anyone get injured. So glad to see he's up. He's currently sitting on the bench from what I can see. So you hope to see him back in the game, of course.
Flash is looking to bring the pressure to the Buckeye zone, and they do for a brief moment, but the Buckeyes promptly stop that attack. The puck trickles back into the Ohio State zone. Dumped in around the boards for Lewis, and then picked up by Beatty. Back onto the stick of Lewis, and Lewis going to look for his man up the ice, but picked off in the neutral zone by Outley, and Outley skating in 1-on-4 by himself. He's looking for some reinforcements, and they are there. Here come the Flashes now. Chipped in down low, looking for Outley again. Outley battling for this puck behind the net. Haney's here to join him. That's puck finds the stick of Fryer. Fryer skates around his zone. Got two players down in front of the net there. That puck rolled back around the other side of the boards as the Flashes doing a good job to keep this one in. Fryer looking for Zandola out in front, but nobody is home. The Buckeyes looking to move the other way, but the Flashes tough them in the neutral zone. They regain possession very quickly. Here comes Zanola. He's looking for Haney, but that puck just a little too far for him, and the Buckeyes win that race back. And we will get a stoppage for icing with 18:08 left to play in this third period, and this puck's going to be moving back into the Kent State zone.
I think going back to before the big hit there, I think that was the perfect start for the Buckeyes in the third period, getting into the zone quick, getting a couple shots on net. So it's great to see them. As a Kent State broadcaster, it's not good, but, you know, good for them to get into the zone.
Kent State doing a good job to shut down that offensive chance for the Buckeyes quickly. And this puck is battled for in the neutral zone. Puck still loose. The Buckeyes come with possession. That is O'Hara. O'Hara looking for his man. Poke checked away, and Zanola's going to pick this puck up, and they are going to move the other way. He's going to find Haney. Haney's going to dump this one deep. That goes on the net of Patruk. But Fryer's there with the reinforcements. He's going to look for a centering pass out in front. Garnett on the ice now. He's going to skate up into this play. Puck still loose behind the net, traveling up the boards, and with time, Gia going to skate this one into the Kent State zone. And he's joined by his man Sims. The reinforcements are here for the Buckeyes as they look to set up shop. Nikolov picks this puck up off the stick of a Buckeyes player. He's going to win possession for the Flashes nicely. The Buckeyes keep this one at the top of the point. Nitre with a good body save. Deflects that one to his right. The puck gets swung behind his net. The Flashes just looking to clear, and they do. Gathered in the neutral zone nicely and dumped in deep by the Buckeyes. Nikolov first one back as the Buckeyes change their line. And the Flash is going to try and take advantage of this. Nice pass by Nikolov to get up the ice quickly. Skating with some speed are the Flashes, but nothing's coming to this one as the Buckeyes do clear their zone. Puck loose in the neutral zone. Finds its way back onto the stick of the Flashes as Gillespie is the first man to this puck. Quickly turned back over to the Buckeyes, and with speed, this puck's going to go the length of the ice all the way to Nitre. And with the Buckeyes threatening, he's just going to cover this one up. And with 16:25 left to play, we will get a stoppage in play. I think you definitely want to see the Flashes so far seem like they're playing on the defensive. Want to see them get more on the offensive. Like we said, don't want to pump the brakes at all. Don't want to get caught playing a defensive game. Want to keep that pressure going. And off 100%. The face-off there, beautiful snag by Nitre through traffic, and we'll get another quick stop.
Going back to what you just said, 100%, you'd like to see the Flashes get back to what made them so good in this game.
Puck is down, one back by the Flashes. Swings it around the boards, and that is Simpson with the puck on his stick. He's going to play it to center ice to Gear, and Gear just looking to get that puck into the Ohio State zone.
I'd also like to highlight Klingman is back on the ice, which is great to see for him.
Absolutely. Garnett, first one back to this puck. He's going to win that race with Tosi, and this puck will be heading back the other way for an icing. Kent State going to get an early offensive chance in this period. Lazarov on the dot for the Flashes. He's battling Lamphere, and Lamphere wins this one. Plays it back to Emmerich, and Emmerich trying to clear his zone, but the Flashes stout at the blue line. And now Tosi taking off for the Buckeyes, trying to win this race, and he does. Tosi collects this puck in the Golden Flash zone, waiting for his help to arrive. Tosi with a quick shot, and this puck is going to deflect off Nitre's pad and out of play, and we will get a face-off in the Kent State zone coming up as both teams get some fresh legs on the ice after a long shift there.
This period kind of so far seems pretty much like a 180 from the first two, with the Buckeyes really putting on the pressure, just like we saw, just putting shots on net as well. So, you know, you'd like to see Kent kind of flip the script a little bit and get back to how they've been so dominant this game.
Absolutely, and I feel like we kind of mentioned that at the start of the second period. Flashes came out a little flatter than that end of that first period, but they really picked it up as the period went on. But like I said, no time to be lax. Want to just keep that pressure going. Buckeyes win this face-off, but that puck trickles out of the zone and finds the stick of Albers. Albers going to play it over to his man, tape to tape, back to Albers, and Lewis is back there to clean it up with him. Lewis battling for this puck. Flashes are in the zone, however. Croson skating with this puck behind the back of the net, and it is taken off his stick, and the Flashes have to clear the zone, but they quickly dump back in, and Croson, first man back once again. He's got the puck on his stick behind the net of the Buckeyes. He's looking for a centering pass, but nobody is home. And there's Outley with the shot. Buckeye player loses a stick. Good chance here for the Flashes. Kent State player down, and the Flashes will clear the zone as they just dump in deep once again. A few new Flashes coming onto the ice as McDermott keeps the pressure on for Kent State. Picked up nicely there by Albers, and he plays it up to his man, and the Buckeyes are out of the zone. Here comes Basor. But good work by the Kent State defense to not get much on that attack as that puck trickles out of their zone. And they're going to move quickly the other way as Haney leads this rush. That puck's taken off his stick, but Lewis is there to pick it up for the Buckeyes, and they have a good chance. Nice save there by Nitre. Deflects that one.
I think another thing with this period, it's very fast flowing here.
Fryer unloads a shot there off the pad of Patruk, and that puck deflects out of play. So we will get a stoppage in the Ohio State zone with 14-14 left to play in this third period.
Going back to what I was saying, it just seems like this period is so fast compared to the other two, where Kent State controlling the puck and being very calm with it, where the Buckeyes, not saying they're not calm with the puck, but just a lot of craziness going on with it and how fast they're playing a little bit. So
one back up top to Garnett. Shot on Patruk is deflected with his pad. The Flashes aren't done. They want to keep adding to their lead. Fryer picks this one up. He's going to chip it in down low to Zanola. Fryer and Zanola battling for this puck, but the Buckeyes are there to clean it up. Just keep it in the zone and just offside. That puck just squeaked over that blue line for the Flashes, so we will get an offsides pause. The Flashes will get some fresh legs on the ice, and we will get a face-off just outside the Ohio State zone.
For a split second, I thought they were going to keep that puck in and get a shot off, and then the puck ultimately crossed the blue line. And immediately, all the Buckeyes players started yelling at the ref, and I'm like, ooh.
Game of inches there. If that puck's kept in on that blue line, that's a good look for Garnett. So unfortunate there, but Flashes looking to keep working hard. Tied up off the draw, squeaks out to the Flashes, and Geyer's all alone. He's got a shot, and just a nice body save there by Patruk, and we'll get another quick stoppage. But this one will stay in the Ohio State zone. Looks like they're going to line this one up to the right of Patruk. Gillespie on the dot for the Flashes, and for the Buckeyes, O'Hara's battling them, and Gillespie wins this battle. Played over to Simpson. Simpson's going to dump it in, looking for Gillespie. He's got Geyer there with him. Christian Gear battling for this puck. Simpson's there with him, looking to move this puck, and they do. Gillespie now joins the attack. With this puck ultimately picked up by the Buckeyes, O'Hara. And O'Hara just big hit along the far boards there. O'Hara takes a tumble. The Flashes looking to capitalize. Christian Gear with the puck on his stick. Nice stick work there by the Buckeyes. Moving the other way. They're moving it with speed and a quick shot. Never sees the net of Nitre. Flashes looking to get out quickly. Now let the Buckeyes get set up, and they do a great job of that. Chipped ahead. Looking for Simpson. Puck on his stick. Pad save there by Patruk. Chasing this puck is Gillespie, and he does win that battle. Excellent hustle there by Gillespie. He finds his man. Shot goes just wide of Patruk. Puck is still in. Ruggles is there now joining the fight. Gillespie having a great shift here, really bringing the energy. Gillespie with a chance, just off the pad of Patrick once again, and this puck just squeaks out of the zone, and the Flashes will have to clear. Across the red line now, big hit out in open ice. Buckeyes player just laid a nasty hit out in open ice there. And it looks like we are going to get a stoppage in play. Let's see. Looks like it was, they called a hand pass there. So it looks like this puck is going to find its way back into the Kent State zone. And with 12:17 left to play, pretty even keel period, I'd say, so far.
Yeah, totally. And one thing I also want to say is with how many hits Kent State is laying, all clean hits as well, which is great to see because a lot of these hits in other games, they could be called penalties, but Kent State really staying disciplined and keeping themselves out of the box, which is crucial in this game, especially with that 2-goal lead.
Shot deflected out in front, never sees the net of Nitre. Another chance, just goes wide. Puck is still loose behind the net, and the Buckeyes are threatening. Buckeyes maintain possession, chipped in down low. Buckeyes setting up shop here, getting some good looks on Nitre. Lamphere looking for that puck behind the net, but Kent State slows this one down, and they are out of their zone quickly. This puck is picked up by Emmerling, and Emmerling just going to dump it in deep. But the Buckeyes are there quickly to collect. The Flashes reinforcements are here. Barazov with this puck. Nifty move behind the net. He's going to go for a wraparound attempt. That puck's another shot. Barazov with another save off his pad. That puck finds its way to the top of the point. Nikhilov, he's going to just send a shot down low. The Buckeyes looking to gain possession and get out of their zone. This puck is going to find the stick of Emmerich. And Emmerich's going to play all the way up to Beatty. Beatty with a nifty move. Tries to dance around his defender, and he takes a big hit from the Kent State defender. Not falling for that one. Kent State looking to clear, but Tosi picks this one up. Tosi with a shot, just high of the net. Puck deflected behind the net of Nitre. Battle along the boards for this puck in the Kent State zone. It looks like Kent State has won this one. Now it's a race for the puck. Croson racing for this puck. He's got help with him. Big hit there by McDermott, and that's going to be a penalty, it looks like. Yep, and it looks like that hit there at the end by McDermott is going to get called for a penalty, and it looks like Ohio State is going to get a power play, which is huge for them at this stage of the game with 10:48 left to play in this one. Still down 2 goals. A power play for the Buckeyes is huge. Now what you want to see from Kent State after we just talked about playing a disciplined game, but they've been good on the penalty kill tonight. Hopefully they can keep it going through the end of this one.
100%. And like you mentioned, we were just talking about how disciplined they'd been, especially with these hits along the boards. It's just a tough one there, but like you said, just got to kill this penalty, clear the puck. And even when they were on the penalty kill earlier in that first period, getting some shorthanded opportunities as well.
Puck is down in the Kent State zone. One back by the Flashes. Kept in at the blue line very nicely by the Buckeyes. But Kent State is there, and they're clear. Speaking of a shorthanded opportunity, looking to make that move was Croson, but Ohio State just pokes that puck off his stick. First man back to this puck for the Buckeyes is Brady Basor. And Basor going to survey his options. And he commands this attack up the ice. He's going to dump a little pass back to Tosi. And now Tosi becomes the leader. He's going to play it back to Basor. They look to build some speed. Basor with some speed now through the neutral zone, across the red line, and into the offensive zone. Nice move there by Basor. Basor with a shot. Just wide of the net of Nitre. Good look there for Basor on that entry.
That was a great move, great toe drag to get himself some space for the shot. Would have been a highlight reel goal if it went in.
Buckeyes still keeping this puck in the Golden Flats zone. Halfway through this penalty, Flash has got to clear their zone here as the Buckeyes get comfortable. Nice toe drag there and a shot. Never sees a net. And we might get a shorthanded opportunity here. And with some speed, here comes Timmons, a nifty shot, and he scores! Number 5, Simpson, he lights the lamp on a shorthanded goal attempt, and he does not miss his chance. He gets all alone with Patrick, and he buries that one in the back of the net.
Like I said, with the shorthanded opportunities, fantastic shot blocking, and then just getting that breakaway chance. And you saw Patrick come out aggressive to his goal, almost forcing him to make a move, and just a great shot, top shelf.
Absolutely. Simpson with another one on the board for the Flashes, making the score 6-3 left in this third period. You got 45 seconds left on the power play for the Buckeyes as they look to get something on this power play before Kent State gets back to full strength.
That's a big goal in this game. The Buckeyes have, in my opinion, been the better team offensively in this third period. And now we've seen that shorthanded goal, which gives the Flashes a big boost and is just an absolute blow to the Buckeyes as well.
Now 31 seconds left on the penalty with 9:19 left to play in this third period. Face-off just outside the Kent State zone and won by the Flashes, but quickly turned over to the Buckeyes. And Beatty looking for a man. He's going to find the stick of Lewis. Lewis now going to skate with some speed, looking for his options. He's going to take it himself into the offensive zone is Lewis. Lewis playing low, deep into behind the circles, behind the net. He's going to look all the way around. He's going to find Beatty at the top of the point. Beatty going to look for an option, methodically, slowly looking at his options. He's going to play it tape to tape. That puck ends up back on his stick. And a nice pass there. Shot. Puck is loose down low. Kent State back to even strength. That penalty is killed. The Buckeyes are still threatening, so Kent State's work not just done yet. And that puck just squeaks out of the zone, and the Flashes have killed off that penalty. Beatty, first one back for the Buckeyes. He's going to slow this one down.
That's a huge kill for Kent State on the penalty kill. It's really just – and then the short-handed goal as well, of course, is obviously going to be the main talking point, but also just the hard work in their own zone and the patience to not really let the Buckeyes get a one-timer or a shot from the point.
Like you said, that short-handed goal is the highlight, but the hard work that goes into that is really what set that up. Here comes Christian Geyer. He takes a backhanded shot just wide of the net of Petruka. Zanola here. He takes a huge hit. Christian Geyer all alone. His shot gets deflected away by Petruka again, and the Flashes are buzzing. They are looking for more. Garnett, shot down low, just past the stick of Haney. And another shot, top of the point. Puck is still loose out in front. And the Buckeyes just looking to clear. Kept it at the blue line, but the Buckeyes break the Kent State defense, and they are going into the Kent State zone. Swung all the way around the boards. Kent State looking for Fryer. And they do. Here comes Michael Haney. He's at the red line. He's just going to dump this one in deep and let his team chase this puck. Here comes Fryer. He's joined by Zanola as Zanola hurries to the bench looking for a substitution. Kept in nicely by Fryer. Fryer skating through the center of the ice looking for some reinforcements. He gets some at the top of the point. Here comes Garnett. Garnett skating, battling for this puck to keep it in, and Fryer's there to help him as well. Excellent effort to keep this puck in by the Flashes. Here comes Nikolov. Nikolov rifles a shot, and flashing the glove is Petruk. And we will get a stoppage in play with 7:08 left to play in this third period.
Nikolov, again, I feel like he's been everywhere this game. He had a fantastic second period getting a goal. And once again, they're just showing the composure at the blue line, keeping the puck in, going around a man, and then taking a shot, and a good save as well.
Face-off coming up is going to be to the right of Petruk. The Flashes looking to keep adding to their lead. Croson at the dot, tied up, one back to the Kent State side. Donahue's down there as well with McDermott. Chip down front to Croson. Croson all alone. And that puck is loose. Petruk can't find it, and he's just going to lay on it. And the whistle is finally blown. For a second there, Petruk didn't know he had it. But the refs do give him the whistle. We'll get another quick stoppage. Good look there for the Flashes. Just couldn't find the back of the net on that chance.
I will like to give some credit to Petruk. The score doesn't look good, obviously, but he has been absolutely incredible when called upon for the Buckeyes. You had the two big saves in the second period, and that one there is a fantastic save as well.
One back by the Flashes, and they are still keeping the pressure on. McDermott's going to center a pass out in front, looking for Croson. Croson with this one behind his own net. Now he's joined by Donahue. Croson with the puck on his stick. He's going to play it around behind the net, looking for Donahue. Donahue chasing this one, but the Buckeyes going to slow this down and maintain some possession. Flash is still threatening, however. Puck just keeps going back and forth behind the net here. Either team can really hold possession. Donahue battling. It looks like Brown's going to slow this one down, but McDermott there again. Flash is not going away. McDermott with a tough angle shot. Nice save there by Petruka. This puck's going to go all the way back into the Kent State zone. Kent State player takes a tumble. Puck is tied up along the boards, and it looks like we are going to get a stoppage in play. Puck deflected out of play. Both teams going to get some fresh guys on the ice now. And with 6:14 left to play, and the score 6-3, Ohio State Got some quick work to do if they want to stay in this one. And as the Flashes, it feels like one more can really seal the deal on this game.
Or just solid defensive play as well. I know we were talking about not getting complacent in your own zone and all that, but I think they have been very good defensively in this period, with the Buckeyes being the main offensive team, I'd say, in this period. And I think Kent State has done a fantastic job blocking shots, staying with their man, staying patient in the defensive zone, and really waiting for the opportunity to clear the puck or just, get a breakout situation.
Here come the Buckeyes with the rifle a shot onto Nitre, and he makes quick work of that one, and he's just going to cover that one. We'll get another stoppage in play. This one's going to stay in the Kent State zone. Looks like they're going to set this one up to the right of Nathan Nitre. That puck is down 1 to the Flashes, and here they come. Precision through the neutral zone to get into the offensive zone. Ruggles makes a nice move. He's joined by Bazarov, but the Buckeyes coming the other way. And here comes Basor. Basor is looking for Lewis. Stick just fans for Lewis as he drops his stick. And the Flashes are still threatening, sticked away there by the Buckeyes. Bazarov really keeping the heat on for the Flashes. And Christian Gear with this puck now. He's looking for Bazarov just off his skate. Bazarov now with this puck. He's going to rifle a tough angle shot. Puck is loose out in front. Flashes looking to capitalize. Takes a deflection off an Ohio State stick. Good look there for the Flashes. Buckeyes trying to swing this one and get out of their zone, but Nikolov is there. He's going to play it down low to Christian Gear. Gear with this puck as the Flashes get a few new players on the ice. Here comes Gillespie. Gillespie with this puck on the dot. Plays it back to the top of the point. Over to Nikolov, and they score! Looks like Angel Nikolov is going to get that goal. And that is his second one of the night. And there was that elusive next goal that the Flashes were looking for to put the nail in the coffin in this one, making your score 7-3 with 5:22 left to play in this third period. And
what a night for Nikolov, man.
Yeah.
He has been fantastic. 2 goals, and then also just his overall play in the game. He has been fantastic tonight, and I think that maybe wraps it up for the Flashes with almost 5 minutes left. So
Flashes just got to keep playing how they've been defensively, and I think they've got this one sealed. But you never know, like I said, can never get complacent. So we'll see how the rest of this one unfolds with 5:07 left to play. Looks like we'll get a pause off the draw there. Looks like one ref wasn't ready to drop that puck, so we will redo that one. And as you were saying, Fisher, I think if we had to really highlight a player so far in this one, number 20 for the Golden Flashes, Angel Nikolov, has been phenomenal tonight.
he has been fantastic.
On both ends of the ice, defensively, he's got 2 goals on the night, leading the Flashes, and it's just been a great night for him.
Yes, and the whole team as well.
Absolutely. The Flashes ain't done. Christian Gear with the shot just off the pad of Patruk. Gillespie tries to keep this one in. He's got Simpson with him. Chased in by Christian Gear. Buckeyes just trying to clear, but Gear still pressuring. Flashes really putting the pressure on to end this one. Puck is loose down low, and Patruk just going to cover this one up as that puck was rattling around in his crease. He's just going to cover it up as his team can get some fresh players on the ice and slow that one down for the Buckeyes. And with 4:57 left to play, your Flashes are up 7-3. To the right of Patruk, one back by the Flashes. Played down low, looking for Fryer. Puck makes its way all the way top of the point, just high. The Buckeyes are going to try to get possession here. Battle for along the boards. Fryer's there. Zanola's there as well. Zanola tries to center this one off the side of the net of Patruk. Haney picks this puck up. He's got 2 defensemen on him. Looking for some reinforcements, Haney, but he's holding his own. He is battling for this puck, and it squeaks out to Fryer. Top of the point on a shot. Deflected out low. Puck is loose down low. Puck is still loose, and they score! Number 17, Gavin Fryer, there to clean up that rebound. As we talked about earlier, the Flash is doing a good job of collecting rebounds tonight, chucking these pucks on the net of Patruk. There's just another great example of what working hard gets that done. And now the score 8-3 at 4:22 left to play, courtesy of Gavin Fryer.
Just continue putting pucks on net, and good things happen as well. Just it's to the basics and fundamentals of hockey. Just shots on net give you goal-scoring opportunities, and we've seen that a ton tonight with the Flashes.
As we talked about before the third period, Flashes just wanted to keep on the attack, not get too complacent, and I think they've done a really good job in responding to that and really finishing this one up tonight, playing the full 60 minutes, if you will.
Of course.
Dumped in now by the Buckeyes. Beatty going to play this one behind the net of the Flashes. The Kent State defense trying to get this one just across their blue line. Scrum for the puck, and it just squeaks out. Buckeyes will have to clear the zone, and they do. Beatty now in the neutral zone with possession. He's going to try to skate in. That puck finds its way onto the stick of Tosi, and Tosi takes a tumble, but he's still battling for that puck. Behind the net, the Flashes look to regain possession, and they do. Dumped in deep. Bizarro, first one there for the Flashes. Emmerich for the Buckeyes, and Emmerich wins that battle. Played up ahead. Beautiful pass there to Juliano. Juliano shoots, and what a save there by Nathan Nitre. Nico Juliano wide in open on a breakaway chance, and Nathan Nitre just slams the door on him. Just an unbelievable save there.
It's a fantastic stretch pass first, but then Nitre just seeing what Petrok has done and one-upping him almost.
Unbelievable save there by Nitre. Big hit there. Puck is loose down low. Another save by Nitre, getting across his crease to stop Lewis on that attempt. Puck is loose behind the Golden Flash net and is picked up by Kent State. Here come the Flashes now through the neutral zone, across the red line, into the offensive zone. Carrying this puck is Croson. Croson, he's got reinforcements with him. Physical play down low. Players battling now. That puck finds its way onto the stick of Lewis, and Lewis going to skate it in for the Buckeyes. He's got a man with him. Lewis takes a shot. Flashing the leather once again is Nitre. Looks like Kent State player down in the far corner, hoping he's all right. He gets up under his own power. Looks like he's going to skate off to the bench. Good to see him get up on his own. Looks like some little pushing and shoving after the play. Flashes took exception to that one. And with 2:40 left to play now in this one, your Flashes are up 8-3 and looking to just finish this one strong.
A very well-rounded performance from the Flashes, offensively and defensively as well. I think it was really encompassed by that shorthanded goal, just showing how good they are offensively, but then also just everything they do well in the defensive zone.
I would agree. That really felt like the tipping point in this one to really swing it in the Golden Flash's direction as they come down. Zanola with a tough angle shot. Nice body save there by Petruk as he's going to hold this one for a face-off in the Ohio State zone. For the Flashes, Fryer to the dot. For the Buckeyes, Lamphere to the dot. That puck is down. Battle won by Lamphere. Good work by him to get possession for the Ohio State, Played up ahead to Gia. Gia going to try to get this one in for the Buckeyes, but Kent State not letting that attack form. Nifty pass there, trying to get it out to center ice, but the Buckeyes pick that one up. Takes a bounce off the boards and back onto the stick of the Kent State Golden Flashes. Zanola, he's got Fryer with him. Zanola just going to chuck a shot down low, and Petruk just going to cover this one up with 1:59 left to play. Both teams getting some fresh guys on the ice to finish this one up. Kent State get another offensive zone draw, and they have been phenomenal on the faceoff tonight. Another point that we talked about earlier in this one, the faceoff has been phenomenal for the Flashes tonight. Whoever's at that dot, they have really been winning the faceoffs as they just win another one back. Puck is loose down low, just deflected wide of the net. Emmerling chasing that one, but the Buckeyes escape. 2-on-1 chance forming. Beatty overskates this one, however, given time for Kent State to get back, and they do. Now the Flash is going to move quickly the other way. Here they come with some speed. And a quick shot there by Emmerling. Never sees the net of Petruk. Tough at the Kent State blue line is the Kent State defense, not letting Ohio State get deep into their zone. Bazarov with this puck. Nice stick work there by Barnett to control that puck for Ohio State. The Flashes once again in the neutral zone, staying tough. Here comes the Flashes. The Buckeyes quickly slowing this one down. Lewis with the puck on his stick. He makes a mover on one man. He makes a mover on the second man. He's going to get that puck off his stick and play it up to his teammates. But instead, finds the stick of Michael Haney, who's just going to dump it in deep for the Flashes, and they're going to chase this puck. Under a minute left to play here. Flashes played a great game tonight. Well-rounded, as we've said all night, Fisher. I think from the get-go they've really put the authority on his. Haney gets a chance down low. What a save there by Patruk. Excellent look for the Flashes, and Patruk just makes an even better save. But back to what I was saying, just an excellent performance for the Flashes all the way around. From the start of this game, it feels like they've really played the full 60 minutes tonight and really never let the foot off the pedal.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a near-perfect performance. 3 goals, you look at that and you're like, okay, maybe there's something more we can do here. But even then, I think it's just been a fantastic performance from them.
Buckeyes now with possession. Brady Basor at the top of the point. He lets a shot go. Puck is loose down low. Nitre deflects that one wide. Once again, Ohio State now with some chances. And a shot down low, sticked away by Nitre. Once again, shot by Emmerich from the top of the point. Another shot, backhanded down front. Puck is still loose. Basor with the puck again on his stick. A big hit out in open ice there. Good play by the Kent State defense. But Ohio State still threatening. But Nitre just cleans that one up. And we're going to get a big scrum in front of the net. And now we are going at it. Couple big pushes and shoves there at the end of that play. Flash is taking exception to the Buckeyes skating into Nitre. They're going to shut that down quickly.
I feel like that's one of those things that's been brewing all night with all the physicality we've seen from both teams, really. I feel like it was just almost a matter of time until a little scrap happened, which is, you know, it's part of the game, so. Yeah.
Feels like Kent State just defending their goalie, and for the Buckeyes, maybe a little frustration setting in at the end of this one. Buckeyes by no means have played bad tonight, but like I said, when Kent State's played the game they played tonight, near perfect, as you said, it's just a tough game to take, tough team to beat when they play like this.
And even then, I mean, Petruk has been fantastic tonight. And 8 goals, you know, it's never going to look good on a stat sheet. But the saves he's made, he's arguably done all he can to just keep them in the game. So
looks like we are going to get a late penalty. It's going to be number 27, Taizo Tosi, to the box for the Buckeyes. He slams the door in frustration. So it looks like the Flash is going to go on the power play, but 2-minute penalty and only a 15.4 seconds left to play in this game. Feels like it won't make too much of a difference at this point in the game. They're going to bring this faceoff down the Ohio State zone as the Flash is going to probably just skate this puck around and end this clock and secure this victory.
I think you described that penalty perfectly, just frustration from the Buckeyes. And it makes sense. It's been a tough game for them to play, but the Flashes have been incredible today.
Nikolov takes a slapper from the point, and that puck gets deflected out of play. So we'll get another quick stoppage. And this puck will go right back to the same dot that it was just on. And in terms of, you know, the Flashes, they get the Buckeyes again tomorrow night. So an opportunity for the Buckeyes to come back after seeing this game. Maybe a little disappointing in their performance, to come back and give it to the Flashes tomorrow. But if I'm Kent State in the locker room, I just tell them, come out tomorrow night, same way you did tonight. And it is a recipe for success. Another shot down low. Good chance there. Patruk shuts that door. Kent State keeping the pressure even as the seconds wind down. Ohio State through the neutral zone as this puck is going to deflect off a Kent State player. And that is going to bring the buzzer. And, folks, that is a huge victory for your Kent State Golden Flashes with the final score tonight, 8-3 in favor of Kent. As we said, excellent performance by the Flashes. Buckeyes maybe a little disappointed, but for Kent, can't ask for a better game than they played tonight. We are back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. back here at the Kent Ice Arena for round 2 of this matchup. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we will see you back tomorrow night. It's been a pleasure to call this game. My name is Alex Rivera. I've been joined by my partner, Fisher Brashear, and we thank you for tuning in. And please come out tomorrow night, tune into the stream, and we'll be bringing you the action live tomorrow night. Thank you, and have a great night, everybody.